Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, jumping right into it. The past couple weeks, we have been intentional with trying to show you what's available on the market. We're starting at different price points. We started at 500, we went to 750. We had a lot of good feedback, and I think it was eye-opening for some people to say, hey, there's over 1,500 properties on the MLS, and then once you put in your search criteria, those numbers start to shrink. And then obviously once you pick location of the lake, those numbers start to shrink even more. So I think it was eye-opening. I think it was helpful because a lot of the feedback and comments were appreciative, and almost those of like, wow, I had no idea that there was that less or that few of inventory, right? We also know it's the winter months. And so with winter months, we know that inventory is typically a little bit lower. So the purpose of all of this was to show you what's available, to try to encourage you to reach out, call me, text me, email me. Let's jump on a Zoom call and let's set you up on that home search so you can see what's available for your price point, your bedrooms, your bathrooms, your waterfront, off lake, all of those things. Very specifically right now today, and again, very specifically for what's gonna come in the future. And so we've done a few videos. Some feedbacks were like, man, you only show high price homes and top dollar homes. And I hope that I sprinkle in enough on investment opportunities and what you can get for the cost of what you're doing. And so not intentionally trying to show high price point homes, except for this video, because this video I am gonna dive into properties that are $1 million and above. Okay, so for me, I don't care if the property is a 250 condo or a $2.5 million property. It doesn't matter to me. But again, I just want to try to connect the dots and show you what's available. So this video is going to be a little bougie, right? I'm assuming that once I get in there and start clicking buttons and filtering out searches, you're going to find some pretty amazing homes. So it could be out of your range. If it is, all good, who cares? If it is something you're looking for, then obviously, again, we would love to help you with that. And so we're going to jump into the office. I'm going to pull up the MLS. I'm going to show you what's available total today, and then we'll start to do those filters, and we'll start to shrink that number to see what's available at $1 million or more at Lake of the Ozarks. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so here we go. Wanted to hop into the office and obviously do the same thing that we've been doing for the past couple weeks, right? And I'm gonna pull up the MLS here in a little bit. We're gonna figure out where the lake is. We're gonna see how many properties are available all on the market right now. And then again, more specifically, we're gonna go in and start to mess with those filters and your search criteria. And we're gonna start to shrink that number to see how many homes are, I guess, available for that 7-figure kind of price point and higher. So like always, I'll shrink myself in the corner. What you'll have right off the bat, because I already have it kind of pre-prepped, is everything that's listed on the MLS. You have this 1,500 and almost 50 number of listings on the MLS. And so I think last time we did this, we were around I don't know, 15, something like that. And so maybe there's been a little bit more activity. A few more homes have been listed. So that's a good sign. But what we want to do is scroll in a little bit. And then obviously we want to start to mess around with our filters. So we know right now, again, we have everything that's coming soon or for sale. And what we want to do on our home type is we just want to look at those single family homes. So we're going to take away all of these others. We're going to go from 1,550 down to 416. So that was pretty accurate to what the past couple videos have been too, right? You start in the 1,500s and then you end up into the 400s afterwards. So price point though, we're going to go in here and we're just going to look at 1 million and above. So once we apply that price point, you'll see 416 shrinks down to 64. Now that's a larger number than maybe 20 homes more than what we've had on some previous properties. And so we won't go into any of those bedrooms and bathrooms again, but we were last videos looking very specifically at lakefront options. So we're going to click that lakefront options. We're going to go from 64 down to 51. So the majority of those homes are going to have some type of lakefront property, and you can already kind of see them over here on the left hand side. So let's scroll in a little bit. We know as we're trying to find the lake, You got Kansas City on one side over here. You got St. Louis. If you're driving in, you're kind of going to the middle. You go down, and that's again where you're going to find the lake. So we're going to scroll in a little bit, and you'll start to see all these properties kind of pop up. And what it kind of shows real quick from this angle is we know that this is the head, the neck, the belly, the Osage area. This top part of the lake is the heart of the lake. It's the most congestion, most things to do. As you move further down the lake, you get a little bit more secluded. But there are properties in this price point that are up towards Gravius Mills and down the tail of the dragon, further down. So it does show you that there are going to be options, but very similar to those other videos, if you're looking for something a little bit past hurricane deck and down towards the tail, there are fewer properties available if this is the specific area that you're kind of looking for, right? And that was the exact same search that happened on the 500 and 750. Like that's just how the search goes. Fewer homes available. So even more important that if you're looking for properties a little bit further down, then we want to make sure that we are very accurate with our home search and we're dialed in and ready to go. So when these properties do pop up, then obviously you're ready to make an offer. If you like this Camdenton area and you go past the four-way here on the lake and you want to come further down, there are still a few options, 4 or so options that are down here. But again, the majority of everything is kind of up towards this head, neck, and kind of belly area. So you can kind of see what's available. So we can kind of go on this side and we can click through a few. This property right here is listed at 1.5. Looks super cool, right? Tons of deck space. Looks like it's laid out uniquely. It's on a little bit of a cove. Great deck, plenty of entertainment space, kind of ranch style. Okay, so lakefront, similar, fairly flat lot too. Unique on the inside. So wide open. I'd imagine the more of these that we're going to scroll through, obviously these properties are going to be pretty amazing. So that looks like a beautiful home. We can keep scrolling down. Here's a property. So this property right here is down here on the bottom end of the lake. This is more towards kind of the Camdenton area. So you might get a little bit more bang for your buck. Oh, this is just a drawing of what you could do if you wanted to build in that area. Um, Here's a property at 5.2. I'm sure that's pretty amazing. Huge lot. Look at all that green grass space. You're on an interior cove here, so the big water is way out here. So you're on a cove. Okay, so a lot of options on those. We'll keep scrolling down a little bit. You'll probably have opportunity to do some custom builds as well. If you kind of get into this price range and you're able to find a lot, this gives you a good idea of building on a cliff, right? So you have your concrete foundation down here, a lot of stuff, a lot of concrete all through here to build the other foundation of the home. And then you have the home kind of perched up on the spot. But man, those are big views. So sometimes you get up on those cliff fronts and, you know, there's pros and cons to all of these properties. If you're looking for, something close to the water or something with a big view like this, you have all your docks. So this one is laid out for some big boats, some small jet skis. You got your swim platform, and man, you got some big views on the big water. What a phenomenal home. We'll click scroll through some of these just to kind of show you. Downstairs game room, entertainment on those rainy days. Bar set up outside. Super cool. So that was a great home, more towards the bottom part of the lake there. Okay, so this property is sitting right up here. Kind of a Gravius Mills property, but goodness gracious. I don't know if that's a real flagpole. That thing looks a little extra, but man, you're sitting out here on this peninsula. You got your boat over here protected by the property. You got your pool, huge garage for all your toys. What a phenomenal property. Look at this thing, gang. So again, this is what you don't show the wife. So all those previous kind of comments that I got that all I do is show, rich houses and big houses. This isn't helping my case at all, but I mean, it is kind of fun to click around and goof around on these properties. And a lot of times when we're reaching out to locals and having conversations on, this price point, people that are buying these homes are certainly probably single family owner occupied properties. They're going to live in them. You will get some businesses or some corporations that'll buy homes like this and they'll use it for a tax write-off purpose. They'll use it to entertain clients, things of that nature. So there's farmers across the country that, will buy these properties. And so, obviously for the majority of us, this is not our price point, but it is unique to click around and just kind of see what's available out there. Right. And I think, 17.5 million. Goodness gracious. Wow. Wow. So kind of fun. Obviously, I think what we're doing is we're clicking around in a world that, most of us don't partake in, but it still is fun to kind of see the beauty of this lake and some of these things that are available. Look at this thing. It looks like a freaking hotel. Oh my goodness. What is that? One, two, three floors, probably a basement down there on top of that. Oh, it must be nice. Someday, right? Oh, that's cool. So clearly there are some phenomenal homes. Clearly there are some estates out here uh, that are just next level. So if you ever wanted to, I don't know, get up on a home search so you can kind of just see some of these properties and goof around with it, obviously we can do that for you. Um, but again, what we're to do is kind of connect the dots on what's available. And what if we click off lake options, we would see if there was anything off lake at that price point. And there will be some, but I think the majority of them that are, again, seven figures or higher are probably going to have lakefront options. But there are some folks that want a little bit of elbow room and seclusion, and you want some farmland and kind of build your own homestead and do things of that nature. Obviously, you can do that as well. That's exactly what this property would be. You're on the river, you got plenty of acreage, you got your pond. You could probably just disconnect from the entire world and just live on your homestead. Unique option as well. As I think the majority of folks that are looking in this kind of seven figure range are going to have a lake out the back, and that's just kind of the nature of it. So, obviously, again, this isn't a search criteria for the majority of us, but I thought it'd be fun to just kind of poke around and see, what's available given a, seven figure kind of budget, and just to poke around at some of the beauty of some of these homes, right? We know that this lake it's unique in what it produces depending on who you are and what you're looking for. And we've helped a lot of people that have found some cabins and some cottage type properties that they're really just looking to show up, have some shelter, but really they're there to enjoy the lake and enjoy the fun of it. And so, there's a lot of those price point of homes that are 400 or below that will accommodate those needs. And, I think obviously the majority of us are either looking for that owner occupied property for us to live in, maybe looking for a vacation or, generational type homes. Cool. There's a lot of investment opportunities as well. And clearly, there's a lot of properties at seven figures and above that are absolutely amazing as well. So anyway, just thought I'd click around there a little bit. Again, show you the correlation between what's available on the market. And then as we start to put in our filters, kind of how that shrinks a little bit. So kind of fun. Hope it was helpful. We'll go ahead and jump out of the studio and I'll see you in just a bit. So there we go, guys. Again, I just wanted to try to connect the dots and show you what's available on the market today. More importantly, trying to show encouragement to get set up on a home search for tomorrow. So 2 weeks ago we did 500,000. Last week was 750. This one was $1 million or more. Some people have reached out asking about condos, so we probably will do a condo video next to show what that looks like. And again, all with intention to show inventory levels. But again, obviously, I would love to connect with you. So call me, text me, email me. Let's jump on a Zoom call. I want to figure out what your search criteria is today, and that way you can see what is available for you in the future. I say it all the time. I love making these videos. I love even more to connect you with your lending or real estate needs. So the number's popping up below. Call me, text me, reach out, whatever I can do to help you. I would love to do that. And until then, we'll see you on the next video.